Hey,
It's
do you all
'cause of
hear
that.
that noise, by the way?
I do hear that, and
It's like somebody sharpening a pencil or something.
I think that's
It was
David.
It's not me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the In Case You Didn't Know podcast. Today we have some very amazing guests, Dan and David Huff, part of the Huff Co. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah,
Finally,
me
we
too.
have some guests.
Yes.
So, with that being said, you want to take it away?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm really excited to have you guys here. I've been wanting to do this with you guys for a while now. For all the listeners who are listening right now, this is Dan and David Huff, my favorite producers up in Nashville. Let's talk about you guys. How you guys been?
Go ahead, Dan. You go first since you got senior.
Meaning I'm the old guy. That's right. I like that.
I didn't call you senior. You got seniority. How about that?
More beauty is what you're saying, Dave.
How you been, Dan?
Good. Thanks, Glenn. Really good. It's nice to wind down. We're doing the same thing, kind of the family. I'm in a different place in my family existence than you guys are. You got the young kids. I got the young grandkids now. So it's kind of round two in the same game, but it's fun coming around the second time around the track because in some ways you're a lot more loose about it. You don't have the full responsibility of it, but you get the joy. All that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
Is your grandkids come to do they chill with you at the house and everything while you're recording?
Well, I mean, they always come over. So it's like Sherry and I are. It's like it's a big part of our life to be in their life. And with that, you have to spend the time because they're going to go and do what they're going to do in life. But for the grandparents, it's like we just have to be around, kind of hover around their orbit, so to speak. And we take it real seriously because I really love getting to know them. They're little people and they have their own wills. They have their own agendas. And the fact that they call me Papa, which is sweet, and they call Sherry Lovey, which I think
that's cool. I know my kids got a bunch of names for their uncles, man. Like it's like Auntie Banana and Uncle Nike and all kind of stuff, man. I'm like, where do you guys come up with these things? But it's cute. It's so cute.
They all call David Dobbs. So it's like Uncle Dobbs
and Uncle Snoop.
Yeah,
your daughters call me Uncle Snoop. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So I guess you queued me up. So you have grandkids, and you can pawn them off. You don't have the day-to-day responsibility. I guess that means I have a 6-year-old be 7 tomorrow, 2 days. So yeah,
I know, man.
I got running around. I have no clue how it's going right now, guys. I'm happy but crazy, and it's all good.
I love that. I know. I got to meet him on FaceTime a couple of times. He just walks all over you.
He's not. He doesn't have a shy bone in his body.
Yeah, man. He's
not a shy bone in his body.
He is built. He's a stud, and he's right at waist level for David. So I don't need to explain the terror that my brother walks around and guards himself.
Glenn, I'll call you later. I need to get some MMA gear.
Yeah.
Just headgear, family jewels gear. You know what I'm saying? Just like mouth guard, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're going to need that. I got you.
That's amazing.
Mercedes, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. We're getting ready to head on a family vacation here soon with our kiddos. Nice. So we're going to pack the whole 6 household family and put us on a plane and go for 6 hours.
Wait, you live in paradise. Where do people live in paradise?
Yeah,
it's so funny. We run away to the snow. So for Christmas, we're running away to the snow.
Oh, that's right, because you're from Seattle or from...
Originally
from Seattle.
I'm
originally from Seattle.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and so I used to not like the cold, and now that I live here in Hawaii, I have a new appreciation for it.
Yeah. It's beautifully hot
sure.
all year round, right? So that, yeah.
Yeah.
The seasons. Well, I think Dan and I would trade places with you guys. We want to come where you are.
And I'm over here trying to convince this guy to move to Nashville because I'm just like, I want to see the leaves change.
For the first time when we went up to Nashville this recent for CMA Fest, we was up there, and I've seen thunderstorms, 70s, rain,
Tornado
snow,
warnings.
and tornado warnings all in 1 week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was just, what the hell is
And
this?
I loved it. I was like, wow, this is my kind of weather.
It was in the low teens last week, and then up to 60 yesterday.
It's crazy,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, it's a little neurotic weather, but it keeps you on your toes.
Oh, definitely. I don't know what to wear every time. I'm looking outside.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
okay, I guess I need snow boots. Next day, I need sneakers,
Slides.
flip flops.
I love it.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you guys, because you're brothers, is what is it like working with each other, being a part of
God.
Huffco? I love the idea of, like, family business eventually. Glenn is like, please don't come into the music industry with our kids. But you guys grew up with music in the house because of your dad. So, and then eventually you created what you created with each other. So what's that like, being able to navigate music with each other?
Well, I'll go first. If that's, I want to get this out because Dan has a glint in his eye. So, okay. In all seriousness, we grew up in music, right? Our dad was a arranger and did so many different things in music, and he was a part owner in the studio in downtown Music Row, and so we were fortunate enough to grow up in and around, just around the scene, and we got to be around like flies on the wall. And then we heard it in the house all the time. And our mother is a classical pianist. She's amazing. It's her birthday today, by the way. And so we had all that music. Dan had guitars. I don't know. You asked us earlier, we're brothers. And I'm like, that's why I looked at Dan. He may look at me like, I don't think it's ever been DNA proven, but I grew up in the funk era. And so they put me back in the back part of the garage. So I don't know if I was part of the family, but we had music all the time. And in high school, I was a freshman, Dan was a sophomore, and that's the year that we started. Well, I started playing on records with Dan. We started playing on records in high school. And
that's right.
And so it's like normal every day for us. To me, it's special. And I remind Dan, it's like we've worked together every week of our life since high school, which has been close to 100 years, man. So it's highly unusual, but for us, it's totally normal, and it's special. We don't take it for granted, but it's just how we grew up, and it's music is a part of our pores every single day.
Right. Even being in the studio with you guys, I could tell that there was you could tell that you guys been doing this for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I could feel that when I was with you guys in that studio.
Very natural, right?
Yeah.
All right, Dan, here it comes. Oh, God.
No, I echo everything you said. I on a side note, right before you started taping this or started the show, Glenn, you asked me before David, you asked me about that little club gig that I played, kind of my coming out party for my little instrumental music. What we did halfway through it, Sherry told me, and she was pretty wise saying this. She said, Dan, I know you like your instrumental music, but most people, they got to hear some singing at some time. They'll get bored with this. And so she made the suggestion. She said, why? I was going to get some special guests, but she said, why don't you do some songs from your band with David from the end of the 80s? Our band was called Giant.
Yeah.
And, we had a couple hits, and it was, we got some touring, but it was short-lived because grunge came in, and it's like that was the end of that. But all that said, there were a couple records that we did that were really good by musical standards, and so I asked David and some of the other guys. Not everybody could make it, but also I used to sing the lead in the band, and I can't sing worth anything nowadays. So we found this guy named Brian Cole who could actually sing like I did in the '80s, it's kind of nutty. It's like so high. It's almost. I had no business there. So Dave and I got to play a gig 2 nights ago together, and it's the first time in years. We did a little benefit show like in 2017. We just did 3 numbers back then. So that was the last time, and the last time before that I think was in 1992 or 1993 or something like that.
Wow.
So it was great. We got that. It felt like we were high school kids playing in the basement. It was really.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have nothing bad to say about you, bro.
Okay. Well, my phone froze. My phone froze from the internet, and then I had to get back on. I missed all of it, so I hope it was nice.
It was all good.
It was very nice.
All very nice things to say.
It's really unique though, because you got brothers, and there's a communication just with looks, and I could tell by his body language or just one simple look what. We just flow together. It's pretty cool.
What you were doing wrong.
Exactly. Everything I was doing wrong, I figured out by him looking at me. Yeah, he did mouth a couple words that I can't say on this podcast.
Hey, okay, so you're a real singer. I was a fake singer, but the one thing that stays true, and I was not a really good front man. I would get up there and I'd rather play guitar, but the feeling that kind of when you get the adrenaline gets going. All the tempos that you did on the record, they all feel slow sometimes, right? It's like
100%.
It's just because you're so jacked up on adrenaline. And this is a funny story about David. I will just, this is added bonus material here. And of course I would get all, I just get all nervous, and I'd turn around and come on, speed it up. You're dragging. And of course he wasn't. I was just high on adrenaline.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where he timed it. If I'm David playing drums, right?
Right.
And so I'm facing out, and I would turn around. He always understood. The second I would turn around, he dropped his head. So I couldn't say anything to him. And he had this internal clock. Well, I had to sing the next line. So I'm sure the second I started singing, his head's popped back up.
See, look, that way I wasn't, avoid not doing what he asked. I just didn't know what he asked.
Well, you want one quick one, or am I getting too far off track?
No, you're not.
No, you guys.
To me, I would have. Lucky thing I don't got a can of beer or something. I might have threw it at the drummer.
Right.
Well, I was playing guitar. I couldn't do anything. So here's the other thing too. We used to have, especially in Europe when we toured, our crowds were infested more by males who were guitar players, musicians. They would always elbow like the pretty girls out because they liked, there's a weird thing with guitar players, right? And they wanted to play guitar.
Very strange.
Which irritated my brother. It's like he said, "Where are all the girls?" He said, "They're." He said this was his remedy for all of our problems. He said, "Look, if you want to change all this and make this all happen the way it's supposed to be, beautiful women up front. You're playing a rock show like you're
rock and roll, right?"
He said, "Put the drums in the front of the stage and you stand."
I didn't say that. I didn't.
And he also said, "For the next,
let's get a pretty lead singer, like a pretty boy." Not me.
Yeah, but that wasn't the most embarrassing thing.
I love it.
He said it for the next album cover. Take it a close up on my face. He's talking about him. And he said, I'll have three drumsticks with your head superimposed on the tips.
I did say that. I did do that. Yeah, I did.
Anyway,
and you guys were rocking the mullets back then, right? No.
Well, look, yeah. Well, we had long hair. Yeah. I got chastised the other day for pictures of it from Miles, but yeah, I mean, I just felt it was kind of awkward for Dan to be singing a ballad to 6'5" German men, rows and rows of 6'5" German boys. I just thought it was weird.
It was embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, so that's enough of that.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Good memories.
Good memories for sure.
I love that.
So you guys got to tour Europe and all over the U.S. and things. Because Dan, you married quite young, yeah?
Yeah.
And so how was that for you navigating tour life and family when you were doing that?
You guys are still married, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was painful. It was just I only had one kid at that time, or I may have had my second by that time, but no, it was tough, and I think in the scheme of things, the universe, you find where you belong, right? That was a great education. We were actually pretty decent, but the timing was not 100%, and I look back very thankfully that we didn't make it. I mean, we would be on the Where Are They Now tours, if we, I'd have hair extensions and sucking the gut in and having to, wear leather pants and playing probably at 2:30 in the afternoon on a package tour.
Yeah,
that's right.
Eight of 8 acts, but it was tough. It wasn't. I was really lucky that we actually didn't have to go through with that all the time. And David always made it tough too, because we'd get on and he's always such a jokester, but we get
Lord.
on a run. He goes, how's Ashlyn? This is my firstborn. Oh, Ashley's doing great. She's learning to walk. Something like that. I'd say something that I just experienced, and then he would look at me and he goes, "Boy, you never get days like this back again, do you?"
Oh my God!
I know, nice brother.
Damn, David.
Some cold-hearted stuff right there. Yeah.
Wow, was I really that ignorant back then? That's maybe not just back then, huh? Still?
Yeah. No, you knew how to hurt a guy when he was down. So,
God.
you know how to kick them when they're down, huh?
I kick him. I don't mean it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But you guys see the difference is that you're touring at a higher level. You're a headliner. So I'm guessing, I'm asking you. I know this is your podcast, but I'll ask you. But when you need to, you can take the fam, right? You can just you can all be there. Yeah.
My family goes on the road with me. I in the beginning I was in vans and trying to just make it, and that was one of the things where I wanted to work towards, where I just wanted, because I do love performing. I do love entertaining. But the hardest part of being on the road is being away from your family.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about the money for me. It was about doing what I love and doing it with the people I love.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place to be. So now I'm blessed enough where I can take little Ozzy. I can take my wife with me, and we just go travel everywhere. In fact,
look, man, like us growing up in music. Last concert we saw you guys backstage, we saw Ozzy with his headphones on, and Mercedes. Look, he's gonna grow up thinking that's normal, which is really cool. That's all he's gonna know, and it's like, okay, it's no big deal.
Well, we were laughing this morning because Glenn was chasing him around the house, and the way he got out of it was he just looked at his dad and he started dancing, and then he ran away again.
Because he knew I was going to catch him. He's like, wait. And then he starts running again. Wait, let's dance. And I'm looking at him like, all right, let's dance.
all right.
And as soon as I get into it, he starts running again.
He knows how to work you already.
He knows how to work me, man.
Already. Absolutely.
But no, man, I love those moments. Man, I cherish those moments.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, man.
So growing up, you guys had music in the house, and obviously your kids now have music in the house. Do you want your kids to be in the music industry, or would you rather them just, stay away? Same thing for the grandkids. Or
like Miles is going to be 7, and I just want him to be happy. Whatever makes his passion. Like our dad really did I think a really fine job balancing, because we were around music all the time, and he pushed balance. He didn't force anything, but he pushed sports, school and music, and Dan and I were really involved in sports too. And I think, and we chose it. I mean, we chose what we wanted to do. And he always stressed, don't have to follow the family footprint, do what you want to do and do what you're passionate about. And I think as a father, that's the same thing I want for our son. Our son's go around music all the time too. We take him everywhere, obviously. And if that's where his passion is, and it's not an easy business, but the business part of it's not easy, obviously, but the people, the special things about it are, you get to do something, you get to create art, which is kind of, I know that's why Dan and I get up most every day. You know, it's like we get to do it every day of our lives, but it's also something that fulfills your inside what you're made to do. You know, and so I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know. He's 7. You don't know what you're gonna do, but man, you know, he loves music. He's very opinionated about songs. Very opinionated.
Oh, we need him to sample this new album then.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll get him in there.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I pretty much echo what David said. My oldest kid is 40, right? So that's she's very artistic, and she had a moment in the music business. She was actually really good, but I mean, you just have to find your place, and that's where I'm with David. I love the fact that they're exposed to music. Music can be there's a real sacred
absolutely
bond with music, you know, and sometimes I've noticed it myself since I've been doing it just professionally since I was a teenager. Sometimes it has the capacity to take away from that sacred part of the relationship, because music can be so magical, you know. When you start making your business and you know, it's predicated on what? Success, you know, on selling something. Yeah. Sometimes those things don't always dovetail together, and it takes a little bit of the beauty away in the magic. And so,
so true.
I guess I always wanted my kids, now my grandkids, to love music the way I love music. Yeah. And then if they have no other choice but to go into it, and you know, you guys, all of you know that it's not a career choice that has any guarantees, and it doesn't even matter if you're really good, you know. So as a parent, you know, you're sitting there thinking, I want them to be able to support themselves and have a normal life. So being a musician is counterintuitive to that in so many ways. But our parents had to, you know, and I'm talking to all of you, had to sign off and say, you know, I hope it works, because there was not going to be, at least I'll speak for myself, I didn't have a B plan. It was going to be music, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily the smartest thing in the world, you know.
It's terrifying for parents, you know. I remember when I told my dad I'm doing this, you know, it's like, you know, you're on your own, bro, and I'm like, okay, you know, and you find a way. But you know, the coolest thing about it is that I don't know, it's different than I think than a lot of businesses, because you get to meet like people that you work with, acquaintances, or however you call them, friends, or whatever, that become very special. You bond over something that you artistically created together, and whether you're close proximity, living wise or not, you always have that bond in life. And there's, you know, I'll speak for me. I got friends, you know, been in the business for my entire life, people that I've met that are still friends, you know, from either touring or making records, and it's just a special thing, man. It's a really cool blessing part of the music business, the people.
And for the people who are listening right now, these guys have worked with the best of the best in this music business, from the Doobie Brothers, you know, Kane Brown, even the new ones, Kane Brown, Brett Young, you name it, Michael Jackson, Shania Twain, right?
Maoli.
Yeah, come on.
Absolutely, come on, man. Don't be shy.
By the way, I notice sometimes we talk over you guys. It's not intentional, but the audio coming from you on this side of the Zoom, it's a lot lower. So that's, pardon if we interrupt you. You know?
Oh, no, it's all good. Interrupt away.
Yeah.
That's why Josh suggested using headphones. Just saying. I got the memo.
Okay.
You didn't get those years back, man.
That's why I didn't use the headphones, you know.
Well, where I wanted to go with that was like, man, like, how do you adjust to all these different personalities and artists? Like, how do you do that? Because, you know, I know a lot of artists, and they're not all the same. You know, some are just really nice, and some are just, you know, just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
We call them persnickety.
Persnickety.
That's a good little word. It's complicated. Well, I did something different growing up. I didn't study. I went to college for 2 years. I'd say went to college. I didn't go a lot, but when I went, I actually studied something that I was fascinated with. I studied psychology, because we were making music all the time. So I studied business and psychology, and just to get credits, and I always thought that was pretty helpful to be able to read a room quickly, or not always perfectly, but read the room a little bit quicker and be able to adjust. But Dan, like playing on like thousands of sessions that we all have done, producers are different, artists, players, and you learn to just kind of like bob and weave in and around. I mean, like we're pretty mellow guys, and we're very passionate. But when you get music and you're passionate, that can sometimes create this tension. Some of the tension is good, some of it's not. So, I feel like I learned by doing that, just to kind of learn how to bob and weave in a gentle way,
Hell yeah. And like you, Dan, I can't even. The list just goes on and on with the amount of artists you worked with. Some of them is like my absolute favorite. Like one of them is Shania Twain, right? You did some stuff with her. Even with Michael Jackson, one of my biggest inspirations of all time. How was that?
Well, it's quite magical, and I was young. I was really young then, younger than when I was playing on Shania Twain and stuff. But magical. It's like he's a world star. So I was a fan like everybody else, and but you're also there to do a job, and to add to what Dave was saying, in any capacity, if you're playing for somebody, if you're working from a production standpoint, you have to keep coming back to the idea that collaboration, and it's not ultimately about you. It's got to be like right. It's like like when we were in the studio with you, right? We were tracking. You hired us to help you make your music, but ultimately it has to be your statement. So we'll give you the best we have, but when I learned a lot from working with a lot of producers. I worked with some of who I thought were some of the greatest record producers. They all had something in common in the fact that they brought out the best of everybody. And there were levels of how much control they had. But the thing I learned from the worst producers, right, they made it about themselves, their ego. And so I think that's the one thing that if you keep coming back to it and you either say it to yourself or you just live with that kind of that truth, it can't be about you.
Yeah.
And we have, sorry, Glenn, I was going to say, we have one advantage is that we're brothers and we're really close. And so like some of the artists or personalities that you mentioned, we have been around some that are just like, ooh, sometimes you go, if I pay the rest of this record, can I leave? can I go? But we get to like vent and have a couple of drinks and, at our houses, whatever, and just go, wow, that was different. So we have a venting system too, which is a lot of it's not mean way. It's just like, damn, like you held your cool really good. I was like, I was teetering, bro. I was teetering. Thank you. But like we get to talk to each other, which is kind of cool.
I know you guys got to work with pretty much our Polynesian legend, Fiji, for a little while.
Oh,
and
man.
And he was all about that. Dan, he was when he did producing for a lot of our Polynesian artists. It was never about him. It was always about bringing up the artist and making him shine and all that stuff. And I admired that about him, and they really knew, he really knew what that was about. Even though he could out-sing anybody, like it's just when it comes to that studio, he knows exactly where his place is. He knows exactly what he wants to do for this artist, how to get him out of his shell, whatever it is, And no, what you said, Dan, that was exact when that speech came to mind when he's talking about that.
How's he doing? We have seen him obviously in a while.
Well, he passed away.
Yeah, he ended up passing.
Yeah, passing away. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't even know. I did.
Yeah.
What a beautiful person. I mean, and guys, thank you for literally bringing him here and sharing his first of all, his spirit, man, was just so uniquely, it's just beautiful. His frequency and but his knowledge too, man. When we were in the studio and just his real subtle, he was very respectful,
Yeah.
And then, but when he had something to say, it was always spot on, and it was very culturally sound. You know, it was just I learned a lot from him just by listening to his little subtle tweaks on melodies or rhythms, and it was really cool.
I don't know, like he would. There's nobody that I've been around that would make me work that much in a vocal booth. It was him. Like, no, I need this. You need to watch your S's. You need to hold your breath till you hit them. I'm like, gosh, can you just record the damn thing, please?
Enough.
I noticed, Glenn, your big personality. That's why you're so good at what you do. You walk in a room, you have that X factor, and so and I noticed. I mean, when you were around, especially, do you recognize this room? Glenn?
Yes, I do. I do recognize that room.
Yeah. So, but I just remember how many people it took to get Fiji up the stairs, and and all that stuff, and he had such a quiet, just grace to him. But I noticed you became it almost was a student to a master.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take anything away from your knowledge, and as a matter of fact, it kind of adds to it, because I noticed you had such a profound respect for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that relationship seemed so special, and he felt it for you too, because when you were in the booth singing, some of the things he would say about you, they were so endearing. I'm sorry that I didn't know that he passed. Number one, but I know he had some pretty serious health problems.
He did. So. We did have to use your elevator to get him up there.
Thank goodness.
I mean, we were. I'll tag on David's. It was something to be in someone like his presence, and I'm glad we got a chance to before he moved on.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, and I was just going to say something. Sorry, Glenn.
Where?
I think I can speak for Dan on this one too. It's such a unique situation that we have with you, because reggae and country is so new from this part of the world, but it's beautiful. And man, I just say it's an honor to work with you and your camp on this, and it's our goal to make this, like just worldwide, where people go, oh yes, it's R&B, it's country, reggae. It's just so easy naturally, But it's a great format, man. It's a great genre that you're literally plowing fields in your own path, which is hard to do, but it's actually which makes the best artist, the greatest artist.
Right, man. And that's kind of why, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring Fiji with me up to Nashville to work with you guys as well, is because that was like the first breaking the whole ice thing, and we're like, if we're gonna do this for real with country and reggae, why not have Fiji and the Huff brothers come together, and let's try to make this happen. It
was beautiful, man.
It was beautiful. I thought I had an amazing time. That was the first time, not gonna lie, that was the first time I ever recorded like that. How you guys did the you brought the whole damn band, and hey, I gotta go sing with the band.
Family's in there, bro.
Yeah, man. And you brought out that free jump motherfucker, and you just was like doing your thing. But no, it was a crazy experience for me. I never got to do it that way. So thank you guys for that.
Like it's truly an art form. That's the beautiful thing about Nashville. I lived in LA. Dan lived in LA for years, and LA has this great institutions of music and stuff. Nashville is very unique. It's kind of like the model of Motown, how they used to make records. Everybody in the room at the same time, and there's a synergy that happens. Players play off of something, and you saw it firsthand when guitar players are playing something, and then they go off a keyboard or vice versa, or the guitars do the same thing. It's beautiful, man. It's art.
Beautiful. It was so beautiful to me. I didn't think that I was gonna make a difference, but I remember when Fiji and Namba was in that booth with us, and Dan, you told me to go in there. Can you sing with this band? I was like, oh, I mean, my voice is there, but okay, I'll try. I went in there, and then when I could immediately hear the difference of the way they play, and
because
that was
they
crazy
listen
to
and
me.
Follow.
Yeah, that whole groove and everything changed, man, and that was cool to watch. That was honestly really cool to watch. Speaking of studio musician, Paul Franklin, he just won Musician of the Year.
Yeah.
I was at the CMAs
Probably-
and I was so
Probably
happy
for
for
the
him.
50th time. I'm sure.
No,
He's a legend.
No,
Oh,
I
dude.
think that was his first one.
you
What
don't.
was it?
Yeah, that's what made it all so interesting. He was
Oh.
nominated I'm wanting to think like 20.
Yeah, 30 times, I think. 20, 30
yeah,
times.
whatever, and never won.
And never won.
No, so it was like it was that's just about. Next time I saw him, I said it's about damn time.
I was there at the CMAs, and when he won, I was just super happy for him, and I remember him being in that session with us,
Yeah,
and it was beautiful. It was
He's a
beautiful.
legend.
Awesome.
Hey.
So speaking of legends, and this music industry, for the most part, it can get pretty draining sometimes. So,
Agree.
and you all are fueled by passion and just loving music in general. So, what is it that keeps that fire burning for you? Like when you don't want to pick up your guitar and play, or if you don't want to sit there and listen to a track, what is it that is just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, and keeps that fire burning for you guys? Even you.
Give me shot of tequila, 12-pack beers, and I'm ready to go.
And
This is why I do it.
to our credit, Glenn, we've done that,
Yes.
and we will do that again, which I didn't hate. For me, I don't know. It's a switch that turns on when I hear a song, a creative thing. No matter, you don't always get to work on great songs in this business. Sometimes they're B, C, whatever, and they're not great. And I think it comes down to, first of all, a discipline to go, first your name's on it, so you do your best work. And then when that obviously kicks in, it's just the creative juices start going. How can I make this good? Or how can I honor the song? That's what kicks in for me. And then the obvious, big thing is this gratefulness to make music for a living. That's a huge part of it for me.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I've seen guys, I've driven by, I got mad respect. I mean, in Texas and Nashville in mid-August, and people are roofing and working on, the roads. And I'm like, dude, I'm not that tough. And so I go like, this is pretty easy way to go through life. Pretty nice way to go through life.
When you see that, you're just like, what the hell am I complaining about?
Yeah, exactly. I'm working with a crazy, well, that's okay. It's better than sitting on the roof at 115 for sure. What about you, Dan?
What you said, that's certainly a component. Sometimes what I've resorted to, like if the music is not, my cup of tea, but it's a job. You're being hired to help people realize their musical vision, whatever you want to call it. I'm really key into the people that I get to work with. Everybody's got a story, and I find I get inspiration from getting to know people, hear about their lives, and it's fun. It is a gift to be able to make a living helping people do music. I mean, that's exactly what you're just saying, Dave. It's just like it's something else, but you have to be a pro. You have to. It can't be about you, right? So
it's nice to get to help people with their vision, with how they see what they want to do, to help them navigate that. That's kind of like, that's what we're behind the scenes, and that's kind of where, that's our job, and it is exciting. It's a challenge at one point, and it's also fun. It could be both. But
I'm not saying I'm not that nice of a guy. I can be a complete schmuck, So that's.
I don't think that.
When you isn't that true though? When you find out about somebody's life, what they're going, why they came to what they're doing, all of a sudden that kind of opens up possibilities, and then it's like, who cares if you don't like a song? That doesn't make them. People don't like what I like. That has nothing to do with it. But then when you kind of do it. But you realize that we all have this language that we share, which is love for music, and you just find ways of hopping on that train. So that's been a go-to for me for a while. only because I'm so freaking old, you know, and been doing it for so long. So, you know.
I know, man. You have, I've been to your house, man. I was like, man, all these plaques that I see, I'm like, holy cow, that's crazy. But I asked you this one time at the studio. I was like, all right, so I see you have many platinum selling, you know, records that you're a part of. Like, I remember asking you, like, so how much projects have you done where they weren't platinum selling, you know? And, you know, so just to kind of show, yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, how much times did you fail more than you succeeded? You know, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that stuff. I love talking about it because that's the only stuff that matters to me. Like, I don't like to talk too much about the success. I'm like, man, let's talk about how much times I didn't hit that target, you know, and it kind of defined me and it made me who I am today, you know? And so, like, yeah, how much projects have you?
I mean, and can I ask the question?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why that does that to you?
Does where I'm like, I still keep going, you know?
No, like to take inspiration from failure.
Yeah.
How does that motivate you? What's because most people would think that would depress you. You know.
Yeah. Well, like I'm
competitive.
I'm competitive. I'm very passionate at what I do, and it's like when I have a dream or goal, whatever that I'm trying to pursue, it's like I just have this mentality. I don't know. Maybe it's just me or some people have this, but it's like I'll just stop at nothing to get it. So even when I lose, I'm not losing. I know this is just a speed bump, and I got to learn from something out of this, and then
that's nice,
just
man.
readapt and just keep pushing forward.
It's like athletes, same thing.
Just like athletes.
You know what's funny about this business is it is incredibly difficult because in like an analogy of athletics and music, not everybody can go into sports, professional sports. I mean, you got to be, not everybody's 6'4", 250 and can run a 4.4 40, So, but everybody and their grandmothers and their grandkids and everybody can pick up a guitar and put a song out now. Anybody. So it's so competitive.
And if you don't know how to do it, you got AI now.
Exactly.
It's
my
crazy
point.
to me.
So it's a very, very competitive field, and it makes a lot of people discouraged, or it makes a lot of people go, man, I believe in myself and go do it.
Yeah, that's true, man. So true.
I think the ratio, I was trying to figure out, I figure my ratio of success to failure is, 70-30, weighing 70 on the failure. But then again, you have to define what failure is, because some of the best things pieces of music that I've worked on and I thought were going to be life altering flopped. And that begs the question, well, does that mean that piece of music is bad? No. If you landed where you intended, that means you won versus losing that. But if the only validation you can get with music is because you made some money off it, that can be pretty flimsy footing.
Yeah.
You have to commit to the thing, which is making the music come alive for you, and then you trust that. Yes. You hope that people like it. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't.
Or sometimes it doesn't get to them. And
it's all that. So I think the failure. Yeah, it's like I feel the same way. It motivates me, like you were saying, Glenn, and Dave. It's just like it motivates you, but it also makes it's like this, like two sides to one coin, right? Without the failures, the success doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
You're entitled to it. So vice versa. It's like, I always hate to watch you guys got little kids, I always hate it in the little leagues, when they stack these teams, these parents stack teams so that their kids can win all the time. Man, and if you've seen a kid that doesn't know how to lose, I mean, you need to learn how to get your ass kicked.
Yep, 100%.
Dan, with what you said, the importance of defining everyone needs to define what success is in their life.
Yeah,
I had to define it early on in my 20s to figure out what was successful to me, and did it mean worldwide adoration, or did it mean something that meant something to me, whether it made money or broke even or even doesn't, you got to find what's your level of that meaning, defining that word.
Yeah.
And if you're enjoying it and you're not going into crazy debt doing it, you're successful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you are successful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I tell my boys all the time, like, it's not really about the money. If you're happy and you're at peace and you love what you do and you're doing that, you're rich.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely rich, man. You don't materialistic stuff. It doesn't matter to me. And
Yep.
the reason why I was bringing this up with the failure and the success, Dan, going back to you, yours was 70-30. To me, mine is 80-20. But I want to kind of say this where a lot of artists give up too soon. Where they do one song, and if that song didn't do well, it's like they're off to another project. They're going back to work. They're doing something else. Where I'm like, you didn't give your chance. You didn't give yourself enough time to fail, and even learn from it. And that's how I define failure. I define it as lessons, And
Dude, I mean, you've done it, but you're a great role model. Not just, I'm not blowing smoke. I'm just saying, but you're a great role model for artists starting, because this wasn't overnight for you, man.
Oh no,
You've been out there on the grind in learning your craft. And the Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hour rule is it may be understated. It may be more than that. To be really to perfect your craft. And your artists should follow what you're doing, man, because you were out there in the van. I remember some of your stories telling me you got to return a van across the country, and I'm like, "Jeez!" This is after playing shows, and it's like you got to drive 24 hours straight. And people don't understand. They see the sexy part of it, the tour buses, but you've earned that. You've worked for that. And Dan and I, when we started, I'll tell you, man, it's funny. We had some, early on in high school, right out of high school, we played for a lot of artists. Some were just starting and became famous, and some never did anything. But we traveled in buses, station wagons. I remember one renovated school bus that we had to sleep on and drive to Florida from Nashville. And I was like, I felt like I was sleeping on a trampoline. So yeah, you've done it, and that's when you pay your dues, and that shows that, do you like or love what you're doing? Because you got to do some stuff that's, most people don't see the grind behind the scenes. They don't see that.
Absolutely. No way. They don't see that. And for me, it was really difficult because I never had a label. I was an independent artist and started from nothing, funded my own projects, funded my own tours, and back when, CDs was still there. I won't go to cassette tapes because I wasn't that old, but but when CDs was there, CDs, when we were selling CDs too, I had to front up all that money, and sometimes it would be my last cent, just taking that risk,
just trusting the process,
the process, man. I've done shows at home where I've literally funded the whole thing, from the bottom up, and these are arenas back in Hawaii. And it's not easy, man, being an independent artist, but now that I've got to record with people like you guys, and I got to, vibe off the whole Nashville thing, and learning, really, Nashville's taught me a lot about the music business and how labels actually work. And there's all these different positions. There's producers, there's engineers. In fact, when we was recording, like, you guys, that's the first time I ever seen 2 engineers there, and I'm just like, oh, this guy's doing this one, and this is a big unit here.
one guy's driving it and one guy's navigating.
Yeah. Like, we got a whole rocket ship here. But no, that was as an independent artist, you don't get to see that too often, but I was really honored to see that.
Oh man,
really honored.
Everybody, I remember all the musicians at the studio. We were at with the Castle, right out there.
The Castle.
Yeah, and boy, they all had such an immense respect for you, Glenn, too. I mean,
that's awesome.
When it came time when we said, "Come on, can you sing?" That's right there. That's the point of no return. And everybody's pro, but when somebody can bring it, like you brought it, it's like, oh yeah, we can follow this guy right here. They would have figured out something else.
Yeah.
But they just wouldn't have said anything. But they all mentioned, out of earshot of you, because they didn't want to sound like they were patronizing you.
You're right.
But there was an immediate respect. So
yeah,
I hope
big time.
That. Did you feel that?
They some of them told me that.
Oh, good.
Not really respecting, but it was like, man, your voice is amazing. Or I'm like, I just kind of, I kind of take that as like, I don't let that stuff get to my head. Like, to me, especially in the artist that I am right now, I don't let that kind of stuff get to me where it's like, you could tell me I'm a piece of shit and I'll still throw you a shocker. You could tell me I'm the greatest, I'll still just throw you a shocker. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. I let that get to my head, because if it did, like, I'm pretty much like, that's a good thing where they say that they love my voice. But even when it comes to haters, I got to have this neutral where it's like, okay, thank you. I'm just going to keep doing
you
my
almost
thing.
have to, man.
Yeah,
you almost have. You
to
can't
be that
read your
way.
own press.
You cannot.
The good and the bad. You got to kind of grade by the curve on that stuff, man.
Yeah. But that's why I'm that way,
Hey,
It's
do you all
'cause of
hear that noise, by the way?
I do hear that. And
It's like somebody sharpening a pencil or something.
I think that's David.
It's not me.
Hey, wiggle your headphone. Oh, that's you, Dave.
Is it me?
That is
It is.
It is me.
Here, don't
Sorry.
you? You got
It's a mic right here. Oh, sorry. I'll sit still. I can't sit still. I'm ADD.
sound like there's mice.
Yeah, you know me. ADD, CTT. I got everything. Okay, I'll sit still. This is going to be really difficult.
You got to not shake that.
Sorry.
Sorry, you guys.
That's like getting called out nationally, huh?
He has no podcast etiquette. It's still loud as all hell, David. You got to turn that down.
Is this okay now if I hold it still?
Just don't move.
You got to put it down. You can't do it.
Mother.
I thought somebody was cutting someone's hair next to you or something like that. Like,
I was like, maybe Miles is sitting next to him, just like
Sorry.
something.
The guy
Let's start over.
It's like, what the heck is going on out there?
Oh, my
Like,
God.
nobody's going to say it, because if it was Glenn or Mercedes, they can't say it, right?
You should know better.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh,
I'll sit still. Sorry.
well, guys,
Yeah.
our time is actually up. So it's
Right when I
like-
got quiet. I'm quiet now.
Well, they couldn't hear a damn word we said, David, because you were shaking that drink the whole dang time.
Hey, can we punch in and fix? I can fix anything. Post
No,
no,
I
we
swear.
can fix
No,
that. Don't worry
it's
about it. We'll
totally
fix
fine.
that. But I was confused too, man. I was just like,
like,
what
I'm
the
not
hell is
sorry.
that noise?
We're all so respectful of each other to almost a ridiculous.
Oh man.
Oh,
Hey, thanks. Go ahead, Mercedes.
Sorry.
You're saying that's enough. I'm sick of these Huff brothers. Get the hell out of here. I got
Sick of the
Oh,
pencil
man.
sharpening. Sorry, I said nervous tick in
pencil
mine.
sharpener.
I'm a nervous tick. I sharpen pencils.
We all have something, right?
We all have our vices,
Yeah, we all do.
but I have hella nice pencils, guys. I swear to you.
And they're
Oh my
sharp,
goodness.
too.
Wow.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank you, Dan.
today
Thank
to
you, David.
sit down and talk with us.
Absolutely.
I know you guys have a lot going on, especially grandchildren and little children and just families and things like that in general. So thank you so much for doing this with us. Is there anything you want to say?
Happy holidays, guys, and Merry
Same
Christmas,
to
man.
you guys and the fam, and enjoy your ski trip and man, it's much success for what you guys are doing,
I
man. Thank
appreciate
you for
it.
having us
Likewise.
on.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Ditto that. Thank you.
And that's it.